Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Folks, today I want to do another fragrance review. Just give you guys my 2 cents and my take on this fragrance. This has been one that's been around for quite some time. It's been reviewed and re-reviewed and just, I mean, it's almost considered a played out fragrance in the fragrance community. And I know a lot of times, if you guys did decide to click the title of this video and check it out regardless of the name, thank you, because what I really want to do in this video is just kind of, I guess, hit the point home that fragrances are, even though there's ones that are very similar to one another, you might stumble upon one that you're just blown away that you've never smelled before. And that's always what I'm fascinated with about fragrances and with my fragrance journey, which ultimately will never end. Just a little bit about me. I have, about 200 to 300 different types of fragrances. You can see I have some on my fragrance board here. A lot of them are samples. Maybe half of them are samples and maybe half are full bottles. So, I generally use the tools at hand. The internet's an absolute fantastic tool trying to figure out what you might like. But ultimately, remember, these are just tools, and Fragrantica is one of the best tools for frag heads. But remember, it is to be taken like any bit of information out there. It is to be taken with a little bit of a grain of salt, because not everything that people post as far as comparisons, just because you see something that somebody has said, oh, well, this smells like this, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the same vibe, right? And what I'm going to do on this particular video is just give you guys my vibe on this fragrance, tell you guys what it reminds me of, and then tell you, just go through the ones that I can recognize, ones that I've smelled, and tell you whether people are right or wrong on that. Because what's really annoying is if you smell something you really like and you're like, all right, well, I don't want to spend that much money for it, and you try to find a clone or something similar, and then you get it and it's just nothing like it, and that's really disappointing, right? So, the fragrance today is Bvlgari Man in Black, right? This has been around forever. This is considered a warm, spicy, woody, leathery, rum, amber, sweet tobacco, vanilla, animalic, iris-based fragrance. It's a lot there, right? And this one I've seen, you guys know if you're a frag head, you've seen this review time and time again. I don't even know where this video will stand in the giant box of fragrance reviews, so to speak. So, but I didn't even know I had it, to be honest with you. A lot of times, a lot of the samples I get, I had a coworker back in the day, and she was always getting, I think through like Sephora or one of those other, fragrant magazine, I don't know, subscription-based, I'm not sure exactly where she got them from, but she was always bringing me new samples, and it was great because, it was really sweet of her for one, but it brought a lot of samples into my collection. Now, I do get samples from manufacturers as well. I'm always reaching out to some new fragrance house, reaching out to fragrance houses that I've already, collaborated with, always trying to smell new stuff, right? So I was just going through my board today, and I made this fragrance board, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and I just wanted to kind of organize some of these scents a little more rather than just throw them in a box, right? And I stumbled upon Man in Black, and I didn't even know I had it, and I was like, oh, I've seen that on eBay many times, I never wanted to actually try it, right? So, and here's the reason I never wanted to try it, because when I've looked at these fragrances on Fragrantica, what you get is these comparisons, right? So I'm going to tell you guys the notes, of course. I will tell you that. And let me just do that right now. So your top notes are spices, rum, and tobacco. Middle notes are leather, iris, tuberose. Base notes are tonka bean, guaiac wood, and benzoin. What does this smell like? So what I normally do is when I see a fragrance, I will go right to Fragrantica. And generally when I see a fragrance, I will see it because it's on eBay and I'm trying to find those hidden gems or those cheapies. And so I was just going through and, I saw on eBay, I thought this was in the $30 price range not that long ago. And it seems like the price has skyrocketed on it. So what does this remind people of? So here's what really drove me away from even wanting to try this, right? Again, I forgot. I didn't even know I had it. My coworker probably gave this to me, and I threw it in my cooler, brought it home, put it in my box, and never even thought about it because I have so many in my collection. So 863 people say that this smells like Spice Bomb. And then some of the others, let me just go down the list here. You have another Bvlgari, which is Man Black Orient. 220 people say it smells like that. Then you have, of course, the Eau de Parfum Intense. 159 people say it smells like that. Then, of course, you have a Spice Bomb Extreme. 217 people. These are pretty good ratings here, right? Say it smells like that. Then you have a Home Tato Natura. Another Bvlgari. another Bvlgari, or another flanker. You have 56 people, a Malbec Black, I'm not even trying to say it. Then you have History's Day Perfume, Hemingway, which I think I have. I have to look through it and kind of compare it. And then Signature Night by Armaf. And you just keep going down the list to a Parfum de Marly. There's a lot of fragrances that people say smell like, in this case, Spice Bomb. Now, one that's listed here that I completely do not agree with, and this is probably one of the cheapest ones on the list, this is Cigar Black by Remy Latour. This does not smell anything like Cigar Black, and I can't believe that 22 people said it does. Now, remember, scent is subjective, and I'm not trying to say people don't know what they're talking about, or, but I'll tell you right now, I have Cigar Black, and this Cigar Black is a much more gourmand, much creamier, much more, I would say, flavorful scent, right? I definitely get the comparison with this to Spice Bomb, and I'm glad that I actually pulled this out of the box and checked it out, because Spice Bomb, to me, I have other Spice Bomb clones. I think I have one by, is it maybe Halloween? And I don't wear it all that much. It's, to me, a very overwhelming scent. I still like it, but a little bit goes a long way. I think the Spice Bomb, it is so spicy, hence the name Spice Bomb. And but here's the difference that I get with this. This is completely different, and this is by far one of the nicest fragrances that I've smelled in a long time. I actually put on a little Bvlgari Man in Black on the left. Then I put on, I didn't even know I had Pacha de Cartier. I've been eyeballing that for years. The price is jumping up. And I didn't buy Pacha de Cartier because it's supposed to smell like Safari, which I have wanted to get Safari, but I already have a Safari clone that I got from, I think it's a Dirty English Laundry, I think, which when I smell Pacha de Cartier, there is a similarity there. And I kept trying to go back and forth, what am I smelling? Is it Pacha or is it Man in Black? And what I'm actually smelling that is really kind of drawing me into myself is the Man in Black. And what's really interesting about this, I have one other Bvlgari fragrance, and it is Bvlgari, which one is it? Aqua Amara. And I remember the first time I smelled Aqua Amara, I was at one of my jobs, and I smelled this dude. Sometimes it's kind of tough for a guy to go up to another guy and be like, dude, you smell good. But it smelled so good. I was like, what are you wearing? And it was Aqua Amara. And Aqua Amara is one of the fragrances, I actually stopped wearing it because I'm trying to savor it, just use it for special occasions. I like it that much. And it seems like the Bvlgari fragrances have kind of started to jump up in price a little bit. Man in Black, this thing's jumped up to close to $100, which I remember this not that long ago was in the $30 price range. So it's absolutely incredible, unless I'm completely thinking of something else. I think it's incredible the price has gone up this much. Now what's really interesting is why I'm so drawn into Aqua Amara. There's something in that DNA that is just this very refreshing scent. And I don't mean like a standard freshie. There's something that is very sexy about it that just, for me, it just, if I find myself constantly smelling my shirt, smelling my arm, it just, when I go to bed, I can smell the pillow next day. It's just an amazing scent. And what's interesting about this, I get the same DNA vibe out of this, but a different scent. I get an Aqua Amara Spice Bomb kind of vibe. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Spice Bomb to me is just super warm, and don't get me wrong, I like Spice Bomb, but we've smelled Spice Bomb time and time again. To me, I think there's a similarity with Spice Bomb, but I think these two are in totally different categories. Or not different categories. They're if you have Spice Bomb, that shouldn't dissuade you from getting this. I think if I was ever, like I said, if I was ever going to add the actual Spice Bomb to my collection and not a clone, I wouldn't even waste my time at this point. I would go right towards Man in Black. It is that good. So I wish I had a bottle to show you. I don't. I just have, again, a little sample. I'm going to be savoring this. It is absolutely fantastic. A lot of times I feel like with the spicier ones, if I'm just kind of at home in the office, not really out in kind of the elements, those fragrances can kind of be a little strong and a little bit cloying just for me to wear it personally. I can just kind of keep smelling it radiate. And that's why I don't wear Spice Bomb all that much. And if I do, or the clone of Spice Bomb, if I do, I will just it's a one spray for me. Where you guys know I'm a 10 spray kind of guy. With this is totally different. This has that Spice Bomb vibe with this I can't even describe it. It's kind of the vibe I get when, again, these are not the same fragrances, but when you smell Sauvage, there's something intoxicating about it, right? There's something that makes you just want to keep smelling it, you know? And there's not a lot of fragrances to me that you want to just bury your head in, you know? And this is one of them. And this really, discovering this fragrance really late to the game here, really makes me want to look into the other ones to see if I can pick up, you know, maybe at my TJ Maxx something, maybe pick up one of the Bvlgari cheapies, because I feel like the other ones are going to have that same Bvlgari DNA, and I think they're going to be incredible. So that's about it, guys. Let me just give you guys real quick here. That's about it. I really can't, you know, give you anything else other than if you haven't tried this or any of the Bvlgari fragrances, check out my video review on the Aqua Amara. That's incredible. And like I said, now that I have this, I'm going to have to check out more Bvlgari. You know, I thought that maybe that one was just going to be, you know, all right, I got one Bvlgari, that's probably all I'm going to get. But I can really tell, you know, when we review fragrances, we talk about that DNA. A lot of times you can, you know, sometimes when they create flankers of fragrances, you know, we say, okay, it's that original, it's a flanker, has that DNA, but this is really a totally different fragrance. You know, it's not really a flanker of Aqua Amara, but it just has that Bvlgari, whatever makes that Bvlgari, it has it, and it's incredible, and it really takes, you know, that Spice Bomb vibe to like this totally different level. So that's it, guys. That's about the best we can describe it. I gotta tell you, I'm super impressed and blown away. I don't know why the price is jumping. When you look at the trends, there's been kind of consistent interest in this fragrance since 2014. So it's been around for a long time. It's incredible I'm this late to the party. But check it out, guys. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this quick video. I did just want to share. I know it's not the best video. I know a lot of times it helps with fragrance reviews to really see the bottle and stuff like that. But I just wanted to tell you, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. If you like Spice Bomb, or even if you smelled Spice Bomb and you're like, you know, it's not, you know, not really for me, and that kind of makes you not want to try other ones that people say smell like Spice Bomb, I would definitely give this a try. It's pretty incredible. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Take care.